The problem is finding a dependable lawn care provider who will show up at your house and cut your lawn when it needs to be cut.
The art of the elevator pitch has been lost, and we're here to bring it back. After 5 years and 3,000 pitches, we've developed a simple formula that anyone can build from. Who are you? What is your company? What problem do you solve? How do you solve it? Who's going to pay you money? What do you need? Nail that in 30 seconds and you're on your way. How will today's entrepreneur do? Pitch practice is now in session.
Will Egwell, and I am the co-founder and CEO of LawnTap. And basically, if you're a homeowner, you hate mowing your lawn, and you hate carrying cash, and it's so hard for you to find a lawn care provider. For the lawn care providers, you have to always bang on doors to get business. With LawnTap, what we're doing is we're providing an on-demand service for the homeowners, and we're providing an avenue to gain business for the lawn care providers. Now, our customer base are the lawn care providers and the homeowners as well. What we're asking for is an angel investment or a seed round to help us get to the next level. And that's it.
Now, let's break down today's pitch.
Great pitch. Thank you very much for coming to pitch practice. Will Egwu, Wilkinson Egwu is his full name. He said that pretty clearly. Again, we just caught the beginning of that on the video of his pitch. Egwu is a very unusual name, and not everybody would probably get that. So in his case, I would stick with, hey, I'm Will. You can't mess that up, and everybody in the audience will absolutely know and hear and get it. His name's Will. He said his full name, Wilkinson Egwu. Okay, that's fine. It's a great name, but it's an unusual name, and people, when they're listening, we see this a lot. They hear a word or the last name or something, and they get caught up on it, and then they're not paying attention for 3 or 4 seconds after that because they're trying to figure out, did he say Wilkinson Egwu? Wilkinson Egwu? I don't know. So if I were him, I would stick with Will and go from there because everything else about it's great. The problem here, I don't think that what he said is actually the problem. I think part of it is, but I don't think what he said. Now, what he said was with 3 things. He said, if you're a homeowner, you hate mowing your lawn, may or may not be true. You hate carrying cash. I have no idea what that has to do with any of this. And it's hard to find a lawn care provider. I need some demonstration of that 3rd thing because they're everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see trucks pulling trailers full of lawn care stuff, and they got their name and their phone number all over them. So I don't know that that's necessarily the problem. And he doesn't allude to it, but in talking with him afterwards, the problem, and in the analysis when we're actually talking about this at pitch practice, the problem is finding a dependable lawn care provider who will show up at your house and cut your lawn when it needs to be cut. That's different than finding a lawn care provider and something to do with cash and not liking to mow your lawn. I don't mind mowing my lawn. I actually like it. It's therapeutic for me. I may be different than everybody else. So let's get to the core of the problem, and he can sum it up with this one thing. It's very hard to find a lawn care provider who will show up when your lawn needs cutting. You may pay them every week, and they show up every week, but your lawn doesn't need to be cut every single week unless it's a lot of rainy season like we're having in Atlanta this year, and your lawn is growing like crazy, in which case it may need to be more than once a week. So let's make sure we slim down that problem, make the problem as specific as possible, because those people who have that problem will resonate. It'll resonate with them, and they will jump on board. But he continued here, the other problem, and because he's going here in 2 different ways, he's got 2 different customer bases, so therefore he's solving 2 different problems. For the lawn care providers, he says they always have to knock on doors to get business. So lawn care providers, I would imagine, get business in 2 ways. They can go leave flyers. They do that unbelievably annoying thing where they put a bag with their card in it and a rock, and they throw it in your driveway. Those people don't get my business. Maybe they get yours. They don't get mine. So it's hard for lawn care providers to get new business, I think is what he's saying. And he could put some more teeth with that by saying, how much does it cost to get one customer? I don't know. But that's a problem. That's the problem he's solving. So for homeowners, hard to find somebody who shows up on time when the lawn needs cutting. For providers, hard to get new business. The solution: on-demand lawn care service via an app. Okay, so this is one of those times where I tell people a lot, don't go saying, I'm Uber for this, I'm Uber for that, or Airbnb for this, Airbnb for that. This is one of those cases where it would actually be really good to say, we are Uber for lawn care. Because when your lawn needs cutting, that's when you need somebody to be there on demand. So you walk out in the morning on a Thursday morning, say, oh my gosh, lawn needs to be cut. Boom, an hour later somebody shows up and cuts your lawn. That's how it ought to work. Now he's taken it further than that. Can't tell you that here, but if you look up lawntap.com, you'll find out that they're going to take it a little further. That's pretty cool. His customers, we already talked about this a little bit, homeowners and lawn care providers. Each one is very different, and we've already discussed that a little bit, but he knows exactly who he's going after. He's attracting the homeowners, and in this case, if you're going to use the Uber analogy, which I think is appropriate here, the homeowners are the people who need the Uber, the ride, and the lawn care providers are the drivers who need to provide the service. So he takes money from both of them. In order to be listed as a lawn care provider, you got to pay him a little bit of money. In order to get your lawn taken care of, you got to pay a little bit of money at that time. So he's got two different customers, and we know exactly who they are. His ask, tricky one here, because he's asking for money. Now, if you're going to ask for money, you need to do two things really clearly. Exactly how much you need and exactly what you're going to do with it. Now, what did he say? He said, we're looking for an angel investment or seed round. That's part one, and I'll get to the rest later. But those are very different things, and they mean different things to very different people. I've heard of seed rounds of over $1 million. I've heard angel investments of 10K. I don't know what he needs. He knows what he needs. And in his pitch, he needs to say, we need X amount of dollars to go from A to B. Now, we don't know where he is today. What he said was, we need a seed round or an angel investment or a seed round to take us to the next level. Well, we don't know what level he's on now. So we don't know what it's going to take to get him to the next level. Now, what he didn't tell us in here, in his pitch, we learned this afterwards, was that he has several hundred customers already using the product. That's a big deal. He could have said, we're Lawn Tap, we've got 500 people in the metro Atlanta area using our app and getting their lawn care taken care of. He didn't tell us that. It's incredibly important if you have traction to let it be known. Back to his ask, he's asking for money, but he didn't say how much money he wanted, and he didn't say what he was going to use it for. A seed round or angel investment to get to the next level, way too vague. So let's say he needs $100,000. You should say, I need $100,000 for us to develop the app and go to market. If that's what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do because he didn't tell us. We learned afterwards, after it in his pitch, that he's pretty far along, doesn't have the app fully developed yet, but that they're taking it a little bit further than just an app that somebody will use from their phone. Goes a little bit further than that. So thank you very much, Wilkinson Egwu. Well done. Thank you for coming to pitch practice. Now you go out and practice your pitch.